Good morning, good evening, or good day, wherever in the world you may be watching this. Welcome to the Hawks Pro Cup, proudly sponsored by JohnnyBeat.com. I am your host, Makura45, and I'm here to present to you today this Group C Round 1 action between ElliotNUFC and Afro. I'll go over the starting 11 for you guys while these players make some changes. ElliotNUFC is in the red. He's got De Gea in goal, Van Aanholt, Winston Reid, the Kiwi, who I love, because I'm also a Kiwi. Smalling, Walker is his backline. Chadley, Kane and Kante in the midfield, Martial, Dembele and Mbappe is a very Premier League heavy squad. For Afro, he's wearing the white. He's got Shesley in goal, Alaba, Boateng, Manolas and Perez in the back four, Sanchez, Gomez and Nainggolan in the midfield, Ronaldo, Suarez and Messi up top. So more of a standard competitive side for Afro there. So let me tell you a little bit about the players here. ElliotNUFC is an Englishman. He qualified for this tournament by winning the United Hawks Amateur Cup by beating the Portuguese Ariano in the final. He then had the opportunity to play Lucasinho in a sort of post-match to that tournament. He lost to Lucasinho 4-1 in that game. He would have learned a lot from that game. ElliotNUFC has the opportunity to do some more learning and will really relish this opportunity to play some of the best players in the world. He's definitely an underdog of his group, but perhaps he may pull off some type of Leicester City type fairy tale in this tournament. Afro is a professional FIFA player who is a free agent. He's the current Swedish 2vs2 champion and the vice Swedish 1vs1 champion for FIFA. He's one of the favourites to go through into the group. He also finished second in the Swedish Championship on FIFA 14, but he's yet to replicate such accolades in the more recent FIFAs. So you see here, Elliot's done alright to working the ball around quite well. He's happy that he's got off to a front foot quite early on. I'm sure he'll be happy with that. This will be real interesting to see the gap between a professional player and more of a casual FIFA player. That is Elliot. And it'll be interesting here to see this round 1 Group C action. And quite an interesting group we've got going on here. It's hard to predict the top 2 that will go through. Perhaps Afro could be one of the favourites. It's a very diverse group with, I think it's got a Brazilian in it, we've got a Swede, we've got a Frenchman, a Britishman. It's very European based, this group. The ball's on the right, the cross gets in, the clearance is made, Sanchez goes for the shot, and that's an early chance for Afro to take the lead there. That was very, very close. The corner's clear with Alexandra for Gomez for Afro. But yeah, Afro beat his man down the right, delivered across for Messi, whose shot was blocked. The ball fell to Ronaldo Sanchez, who forced a great save from the keeper. And here comes Ronaldo again. De Gea makes another great save. Ronaldo comes close again to taking the lead for Afro. Shot tested the goalkeeper, but it wouldn't have counted anyway. So referee's flag was up for offside. 15 minutes of the game to go. It's a little bit nervy for Elliot. He's someone not to concede so early in the game. Elliot would be happy just to take it into extra time. Maybe the lottery of penalties. But he's got a long way to go before thinking about that. He's got to first focus on not conceding. But he's moving the ball around quite nicely. It's one-touch football around the midfield for Elliot. He's playing the ball quite well. And you see Van Aanholt's beat Messi there out wide. Can he get the cross? And no one's in the box there to find that cross. Perhaps maybe the difference here between a professional player and Elliot there is that maybe maybe a professional player would have decided to cut in, and you'd know that maybe 1 or 2 skill moves to try to beat the first man again. Instead of, because Van Aanholt there outpaced the defender, and then he just tried to get the cross in right there. Whereas the competitive players we've seen in this tournament, they like to cut in and get in a more promising position before getting the pass one inside the box. But Mbappe's in behind there. Mbappe slips through Chadley, who is well defended there. The ball's cleared. Let's got nice one-touch football around the midfield. He almost a chance with Mbappe in behind, but he's well working the ball for the underdog. But Aanholt's run down the left. What can he do with it for ElliotNUFC, who's had a sustained amount of possession here? Chadley finds it to Kante. Kante back inside to Charlie. He's passing the ball around the midfield delightfully is Elliot. He's making very smart passes. Kane to Martial. Back to Martial. He's in extra space. Martial is 1-on-1 with the keeper and he finishes it. Would you believe it? It's great tiki-taka football from Elliot. That unlocks Afro's defense. Kane finds Martial inside the box and Elliot takes the lead against a professional FIFA player. What a story this could turn out to be. 1-0 to Elliot over the Swede. What a goal from Elliot. It is one touch. It was very patient football. If he was coming against, a professional FIFA player, normally he'd be a bit nervous and maybe try force a couple of chances and scuff those opportunities. But it's done very well there to create that goal scoring opportunity. Now Elliot needs to be worried that he hasn't woken up a sleeping angry giant here. He had a little opportunity there down the right, but is well defended by Afro. Now, Afro will not be happy with going 1-0 down against someone that is not deemed to be a competitive professional FIFA player. We've got Alexandra coming down the left here. How will he respond to this? He might not be very happy with his job. He's got 9 goal in behind. He slips the ball to Suarez. Suarez gets the ball square back to 9 goal, who finishes that beautifully. The equaliser. It's an instant response from the professional. How cynical is that? 9 goal and flips to the Suarez. The square ball back to 9 goal, who continues to run inside the box. He found it easier to slip it past the keeper, and it's all level once again. Now Elliot is back to square one, and you've got to ask yourself, how many more chances will he get to be leading against Afro? How many goal scoring opportunities will he get? I don't think there will be too many against an opponent that is classed as a professional. So Elliot will be devastated that he's conceded that lead so early, despite going 1-0 up. Now, I think his main priority now for Elliot is to make sure he doesn't concede a second before halftime. Going into the halftime break at 1-0 will not be a terrible result for Elliot. But Elliot's looked very comfortable in terms of position. I think Afro's pretty happy with letting Elliot control a lot of the ball there. He isn't rushing into the challenge. He's just looking to put light pressure on Elliot. He's not overcommitting to the play there, and if he overcommits, there will be space for Elliot to pass into. And Elliot's a good enough player to be able to do that. David Alba's got the ball out left. He's pulled out a couple of skill moves there. Ball roll and a fake shot there, but it's well cleared there by Winston Reid, the fellow New Zealander. The ball's down the left. He gets it inside to Lionel Messi. What can Lionel Messi do? Messi to Alaba. Can Alaba go for the shot? He gets the ball inside, but Reid is it there again, or once again, the ever-present Winston Reid with the block. I'm going to praise Winston Reid. In fact, I'm an ElliotNUFC's fan just because he's got Winston Reid in the team. You saw the shot from outside the box for Afro is blocked. It could have been a little bit something special there. Alexandre, the substitute on the ball, gets to David Alaba. What can he do? It slips out right to Cristiano Ronaldo, who opts to go for the shot rather than the cross. And De Gea gets down just in time. That was a really good opportunity for Ronaldo to give the lead to Afro with that opportunity. He decided to go for the shot. He was well and truly in behind, but it was well saved from De Gea. He is coming against Ronaldo, who normally finishes those sorts of opportunities. When you have such a great player on the field, you feel confident from shooting from any position and any angle. It's 3-3 at the back for Afro here. Can he create a good opportunity? Ronaldo Sanchez finds Suarez, who's in behind. Can Suarez beat his man? No, Smalling recovers well. Of course, Smalling is the one that tackles Suarez, but Suarez wins the ball back. Van Aanholt recovers well. We're heading towards half-time. It's only added time to go until the referee will blow his whistle for half-time. Can Elliot hold out? It's been constant pressure from Afro. Can Elliot hold out? Ronaldo's got the ball down the right. He's found some space down the right. He just needs to get the ball in. Can he find a good ball? It's a cross in. Suarez is caught wrong-footed. De Gea comes out with a huge save. It would have been a goal to Afro in the dying embers of the first half, but the referee blows his whistle instead for half-time, and it's 1-1 at the break. 1 goal apiece between Afro, the professional, and Elliot, the amateur underdog. There's been interesting statistics just shown right here. It shows that Elliot has dominated position, the amateur has, with 57%. Though it says he's got a goal without any shots, which is very interesting. I'm pretty sure Martial did take that shot. Afro's done very well to snuff out almost all chances that has come his way from Elliot. However, he really needs to get his foot on the ball more. Despite this, he's managed to have 6 shots on target. So that indicates that if he's able to keep possession and control the second half a bit better, he should be able to create a few goal scoring opportunities. Elliot and Afro will be happy with very high passing accuracies. However, it's definitely Elliot who will be more happy with the scoreline, despite losing his lead. And then Afro is losing his lead over Afro, heading into the second half there. So Elliot will be very happy with the way the first half unfolded. So the second half is underway, and we see Human Sun coming on for Messi for Afro, which is a very interesting change to say the least. Now Kante is looking to attack the goal from the right. There's a glimpse of promise here. Mbappe, Martial's in behind, and Martial just gets challenged. Alexandre's able to get back there in time. There was a glimpse of promise with the lob through ball for Elliot. Lob through ball is also an effective tactic in FIFA. We see lots of players, competitive players, play it out wide and get the low cross into the box. But now we see Sun in behind. Sun gets the shot and it goes past the far post. Afro really should have snatched the lead there. Sun was well in behind and one-on-one with the keeper, but he shoots wide of the post. I wonder if Messi would have finished that. Messi was, of course, the one that was sacrificed in order for Human Sun to get a run around. And this is end-to-end FIFA at its finest. Martial's got the shot away, but occasionally gets behind there towards the near post. He gets a hand to it in the near post. Maybe should have shot far post and it could have gone in. But that is end-to-end FIFA at its purest. It's been Elliot with a chance and then Afro and then Elliot right after. And Mbappe puts the ball over the top for Martial for Elliot. The shot is saved by Chesney to save Afro from his blushes. But Mbappe comes again. Once again, this has been a very brave performance for Elliot against a professional. He's looking quite competitive in this one. Don't write him out just yet. There isn't much of a gap between Elliot and professional FIFA players. There's maybe only one or two things in terms of learning a few tricks and being more cynical of reading your final freeze runs and all that. But 9 goal and gets it to Suarez. Oh, Suarez tries to be a bit cheeky with the back heel, but Kane fails to clear. Son has a good opportunity there to create a chance, but he's unable to do so. The second half is definitely a bit more scrappy. The tempo has been picked up. Both players are playing more direct and sniffing out those chances instead of trying to collect the ball as Elliot. Because Elliot really dominated position in the first half, and Afro sort of let him do it. Whereas now, both of them are really scrapping. It's a very high tempo of football. They are creating plenty of chances. And now, it's a bit of a lottery of who will create the winning chance. Mbappe is down the right. Yeah, gets it into Walker, who plays it back to Mbappe, who goes in and almost finds a man inside the box, but shooting his office line like a lightning bolt to get there just in time to cut out that chance. And now it's a counter-attack from Afro. The ball is sprayed out wide to Cristiano Ronaldo. Those were 2 lob-through balls out to Ronaldo. Ronaldo cuts it back, gets it to Alaba. Alaba plays it inside to Suarez. Suarez turns, Suarez shoots, and it's a goal. It is 2-1 to Afro. It's been a roller coaster or a seesaw in the second half. Suarez with the turn and the finish to give Afro the lead. It was a counter-attack after counter-attack for both players, but it's Suarez for Afro, who is finally able to capitalise on its abundance of chances. The Swede is in front. Now let's see how Elliot will respond. He only needs 1 goal to force extra time, remember. There is no draw, or only go to extra time and penalties, and I'm sure Elliot could fancy himself in the lottery that is. Penalties here, and here's a good opportunity as a through response for Elliot. He's got Martial on the ball, who beats his man down the left. Can he get the cross in? No, he holds up the play, and he's trying to get the ball back, but it's intercepted very well by Suarez. It wasn't the best of options for Martial there. Now, can they engineer a counter-attack? You got Luis Suarez running down the left. It's a good Suarez from Suarez. It might spark the counter-attack. He gets the ball inside for Nainggolan, does he? He finds Nainggolan. It's a heavy touch from Nainggolan. He finds Ronaldo Sanchez and they tap in for the third. It's been a strong professional performance from Afro. It's a great comeback, and Afro has put the game beyond all doubt, courtesy of Renato Sanchez. It's a third for Team Afro, and now Elliot will need 2 goals to force extra time. It looks like Elliot may be down and out of this game. Renato Sanchez with a good finish after Suarez sparked the counter-attack. It was really a chance from for Elliot at the other end with Martial on the ball. He had a bit of a jinky run. He just didn't have anyone coming short for Martial, so he tried to play it back. But it was cut out by Suarez, and that eventually led to the chance for Renato Sanchez to bury that there. It was a good, cynical performance for Afro there. He didn't need too many passes. He just made the key passes there from Suarez to Nainggolan to Renato Sanchez with the finish. And that was a really quite efficient football, giving Afro the lead. And you see the game is paused there to make some changes. It'll be interesting to see what changes are made by both teams. In fact, it looks like Afro's made a substitution. He's brought on Fernando Torres for David Alaba. It's a very attacking change for Afro despite holding a 3-1 lead. Perhaps he smells blood. Perhaps he wants a few more goals. He's not happy with the 3-1 lead. He wants to try to embarrass Elliot. Van Aanholt holds the ball out wide. It's been quite the impressive game. 4 goals in this game already, with still 15 minutes to go. And this has been quite the opener for the Group C action. Afro looks like maybe the more likely of players to progress into the quarterfinals. It'll be interesting to see how he does against other professionals. Pires is running down the right. What can he do? He tries to get inside to Ronaldo. Ronaldo's running down the right. He's got plenty of space down that right. It's too easy for Ronaldo this game to beating his fullback, who is Van Aanholt, I believe. The wing play from Afro is just very threatening for Elliot there. But yet, Elliot is still getting his foot on the ball. He hasn't been starved of position at all this game by the professional. He's created plenty of chances, and we've got another one coming with the ball down the left. He just can't get the cross in time. Pires does well to win back that ball. And that was a really good opportunity once again for Elliot, who found himself with a bit of space down the right. And it's a long ball that finds Ronaldo. Ronaldo holds at the play and pays it back for Sanchez. And it's another lob-through ball for Ronaldo. That's 2 consecutive lob-through balls in a row. What can Ronaldo do with it? He's dealt with well by Winston Reid. No, Ronaldo wins the ball back to Sanchez. Sanchez to Fernando Torres, and his substitute scores. It is 4-1. Ronaldo is found by 2 consecutive lob through balls. Ronaldo finds Fernando Torres, who buries it for 4. Elliot is falling apart and Afro has gone 4-1 up. What a display by the Swede. He's really set to try and embarrass Elliot here. Excuse the stuttering. So Elliot, I feel sorry for him. He's put on a very brave performance. It doesn't seem like he's been too far behind Afro. It hasn't been a whitewash despite what the scoreline is sort of insinuating. Smalling does well to steal the ball off the attacker's toes, and Dembele tries to slip him behind Mbappe, who beats his man. It's 2 vs 1 at the back. Mbappe tries to find Martial, but it's a well cut out by Perez. Perez was in the right place at the right time, and he really needed to cut it out, or else it could have been a consolation goal there for Elliot. But Afro will be caring about his goal difference here. Dembele slipped through, and Martial, who's not offside, and Martial finishes it. It's a consolation for the Brit. It's what he deserves. Dembele slips it through to Martial, who's 1-1, and it gets his 2nd for the game for Elliot. Goal difference may be important when deciding who goes through to the playoff stages, so that goal may have some more importance in a wider context, but I'm sure Elliot will be happy with the way he's played today. It's a very brave performance from him, and he truly deserved that 2nd goal for taking the game to Afro. He truly has taken the game from Afro, and is heading towards the 9 minutes of the game. Surely there's the 6-game thriller. Surely there's no way back in the game for Elliot here. Suarez is skipping left and right, but Walker puts his foot in and concedes the corner. Corner for Afro, taken short to Nainggolan. Nainggolan finds Suarez. Suarez with a bit of turn. He's got a lot of time and space. The defender tackles himself inside the box. He squares it to Fernando Torres, and he's got a quick fire brace. Has his substitute Fernando Torres. In fact, that's 2 goals in 10 minutes since being on the field. A 7-goal thriller this has been, but it's a better player who's won on the night, and the referee's getting ready to blow his whistle here with only 3 minutes of added time. Elliot's got a late reinforcements coming forward. Is there any chance of a 3rd goal there? I do not think so. I think the referee will blow his whistle there, but what a show have both players put on this game. Elliot can be very proud of his efforts as the referee's blown his full-time whistle, and he will have learned a lot from this game. He didn't look too far behind Afro, though Afro finished his chances well and always looked like he was coming back into the game. It was a 7-goal thriller in the Group C opener. I hope you enjoyed as much as I did. Afro takes all 3 points in his first game of Group C. Can he make the quarterfinals? We'll find out later. Thank you very much for tuning in with me here today. Goodbye. Afro 5, ElliotNUFC 2.